Dean at People's Golf Club today, and what I'm going to talk about is another aspect of obviously golf, and that's putting. So I'm going to talk about the faulty setup when related to putting. So putting obviously is more than worth half of your game. So what I'm going to talk about is when people get into a position where they have quite a faulty setup, and that dictates the way the arms swing and the shoulders are aligned at impact, which affects the path and the face alignment of the putt. So when we're guaranteeing a putting stroke, so what we need to understand is we need to hit a putt. To repeat the motion of a putt, we need to hit the putt with overspin. So these new Odyssey putters that have got the micro hinge technology, which allows the putter to propel off the face a lot quicker. So we need to hit the putt with almost overspin, which gets the ball rolling straight away. So if we have quite a faulty setup, that affects the way our shoulders and our arms work. So what tends to happen is when people set up to the ball, they'll have their arms a little bit too open and their shoulders are a little bit out of sync. So that affects the path and the face alignment of the putter. So fault number one I'm going to talk about is when people stand too tall, their legs are too straight, their arms are almost too straight, and their eyes are outside of the golf ball. So if your eyes are outside of the golf ball, that's going to create an out to in motion. So if that creates an out to in motion, that's where you're going to pull the putt, you're going to hit the putt to the right. Sometimes if you leave the face open, it's a little bit inconsistent, it's going to cause quite a steep action into the golf ball. Fault number two I'm going to talk about is when people do the opposite, so they almost sit back into their heels, they bend their arms, and their eyes are inside the golf ball. What that encourages, it encourages an in to out stroke, and that can create a lot of errors as well. Everyone's different, so each putting stroke that you have is, or personally have, it's to you, or it doesn't adhere to somebody else. So it's important for us to try and understand the concept of setup. So if we get the setup correctly, then if we get into a position, so we need to get into a position where our shoulders and our arms are working as a unit as opposed to working independently. So a tip to focus on, think about a pendulum stroke. So think about the pendulum of a clock going back and forth, so that the butt end of the club goes back and forth. There's no break in the wrists, there's no break in the hands, it's just all shoulders. So if I come down the line here, so what I want you to do is focus on that pendulum stroke. That'll allow you to feel the freedom of the putter going back and through in the correct motion, okay? So what we need to do, when we set up to the golf ball, what we need to do is put more weight on our front foot. So put more weight on our front foot. We need to keep this left arm soft, so keep our forearms soft. So they allow our forearms to almost feel like they're pushed into the side of our rib cage. That'll lock our forearms in, it'll get us forearms aligned squarely. So more weight on your left foot, that'll allow you to hit down on the putt slightly as opposed to almost hitting up on it. So that'll keep the weight and the putt head going left. So left, soft forearms allow the arms to go into your rib cage. Eyes, you want your left eye over the top of the ball or slightly inside, that's reminiscent of. So left eye and almost on top of the golf ball. From here we want to go straight back, straight through. So if I do that, feel like my left arm's soft. My left arm's soft, I can relax. If I try and tense that, that's where you get quite a tight grip and you don't release the putter. So guys that don't, or guys that hold the putter too tight, that's where they don't release the putter properly. So we need to get into a habit of keeping this left arm quite soft so we can keep that flat left wrist. And as I down the line, so I'll hit this putt, my hands want to be level with the golf ball or slightly behind like Zach Johnson. That'll keep the loft on the club, okay? So you want to hit up on it. Pull that a wee bit, so try that again. So weight left, soft left arm, keep the putter head going through. Not great. So work on that and then you'll be able to focus on the sensation of understanding how you need to hit the putt correctly, how the strike and the path of the club is influenced by our setup. So it's important just to try and get into a habit of doing that. That'll come more consistently, so keep your weight left, hands slightly level with the golf ball, soft arms, soft forearms, allow the putter to swing back and through on a pendulum motion. So if you've got any thoughts on that, let me know. If you find my tips helpful, subscribe to my channel at JMallenGolf or follow me on Twitter and Facebook at JMallenGolf.